Introduce yourself, Mzee.
My name is Kamau Mbiu. I come from Limuru constituency, Kiambu County. I am the chair of National Youth Caucus.
National Youth Caucus.
Yes, and also a member of the Wiper Party.
Wiper.
Yes. I've been in politics vied before.
Where?
The last election, 2022, as a member of Parliament, Limuru. Been in politics since 2016.
Yes.
I was then 18.
So 2016.
Having that growth.
Yeah.
Tumemea.
Yeah.
We've learned the politics of the land.
Yes.
I'm now happy that what now I started then. Now my generation has come to terms with it, and we've come now to, to light about what is now happening. And I've been at the forefront since after election. I was against this government. Kabsa. I went with Jubilee, then I got zoned off, then went independent, then after the UDA candidate took.
Yeah.
Then we went to 2023. We started a group called Kamwene. We did Kamwene, we did Limuru 3. Then now the GenZ protests, and then now we started the abductions, now the government shenanigans. Tukakimbizana nao sana. 2025 you're still here, and you're still pushing on the narrative.
Design. You said it was a protest. Limuru, how was it? How was the ground like Limuch during the protests?
Both years zimekuwa tight. It's been good, but I thank God Limuru, we were very peaceful. If anything was peaceful, was Limuru.
Yeah.
Nothing was destroyed. Nothing. Apart from now the Sabasaba one, we have been sent some goons who are not members, but we are able to counter-attack them.
Okay.
Yes.
Na sasa kweli matches umesema mlikuwa peaceful. Did you have your grievances ama your issues ama your agitation actually felt? Did you pass your message kwa those in power and the people that you're targeting? Ilikuwaje?
The message is not just about Limuru, but it's the message that is cutting across the nation. That is why the group that I lead, the National Youth Caucus, is a group of young leaders across the country that we come together and discuss policies and discuss the way forward as a country.
Yeah. And
now how we're going to tackle these political issues.
Yeah.
These are political problems. We give political solutions. So yeah, the grievances have been listened to. Tunaskuma, and we are having a government that is not listening. They're just telling us, man, mtadu.
Yes.
Sisi ndo tuko. Even today I'm seeing the nation, not the nation paper, but the Standard, the big con.
Yeah.
Mse alitoa letter.
Akasema step aside. Yeah.
Nani nakuja kutuambia nilikuwa annual leave 18 days.
Yeah.
Naambia tu mtadu. But we keep on the fight, we keep on pressing on until we are listened to. Because whatever we are addressing is not just one term.
Yeah.
It is one term based on so many things. The Daily Nation also saw that there is a man who went crying to the offices of Shah in Nyeri, because during the NHIF he used to be given 600,000 for his cancer treatment.
Yeah.
Right now he's being given 400,000. He's been going there now. All they could do is tell him wait for the next financial year. And it's cancer, man.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. Where is this guy going to get 200,000 in the, these are issues, and there are so many, and we will continue pushing. The UDA party then was going to mobilize a lot of people to come and vote in the weaker candidate. Sasa tukaenda hapa Jubilee House Pangani, kaanza kuongea, unaongea nini, na unaambiwa jamaa wewe ondoka. And those are some of the challenges. Now going independent, it is you, yourself and your God.
Yeah.
Not even your family. Juu kila kitu ni wewe na Mungu wako. Just you, yourself and your God.
Yeah.
And it is very hard. Unaenda mahali unapigwa nobody is there with you.
Yeah.
Unaenda mahali watu hawatokei, nobody is there with you. Nobody is funding you. You know, when you're in a party, there is some kuna
ganji mnapowangwa
zinatokea zinabogwa zinapatiwa. At least there are some facilitations here and there. It is not as hard. And then you're moving as a team. Like now when you're in Kiambu, you're moving with the governor, the senator, the women rep, the MPs. You know, you're moving as a one army. As one army. Now hapa unaenda man solo, and it is very very hard.
So likapitia
bro, ni noma.
Help us understand how difficult is it as a young person, independent? You are barely 24.
Yeah. When there, first of all, you go and meet men. Wazee unaongea wanakusikiza, and then they ask you, boss, ako wapi bibi? Bro, I am coming here to offer myself, to offer me, myself and I, with what I believe in, so that we can change our community, so that we can change our country. But now that is constraint number one as a young person. Then number two, people are looking down on you. Wako zile za boss. Mimi nilianza siasa nikiwa back in the years. What are you telling me right now? So it's very hard for these people to listen to you and to try to make sense with you. But I think that right now, I thank God it has changed, because the same people who we were dismissed, who we were told you go, right now we are the ones who have moved this country so far, bro. To move a country like 20 years ahead, that we can stand up for what we believe in. Your design. We you know sisi ndo tumesema, and we have defied the odds of age, we have defied the odds of time, and we have defied the odds of of power. And we are like, we have to follow the constitution. That is it.
Yeah, we are still on the barriers that prevent young people from actively participating in the politics. We may indicate first one, the financial. Okay. Umesema at least when you belong, when you belong to a party, it's a soft landing a bit, because kuna ganji wange na kuwa distributed in political parties, right? Na ukasema uta flank magovernor, uta flank masenator na vitu kama hizo, inakuwa be easy financially speaking. The second barrier unasema pia ni hard, because the old guns wako hapo hivyo wanakuuliza wewe ni nani, wewe umetokea wapi, and then wanaanza kukuwekea vikwazo na kuuliza wapi bibi na vitu kama hizo. There's no way you can lead a multitude if wewe mwenyewe hujajipanga kinyumbani, si ndio? Challenge gani nyingine pia mliface?
Hiyo bado hiyo ya chama, the party, it brings security and a sense of belonging. You get? So let the young leaders, let us have a sense of belonging, have a home. You know, where you land after a long day here, you're going to your home, you land in your bed and you rest. After a long day of politics, ato wanguke and you have a home, they will accept you. They will,
is it tiring?
It is good for security.
Uta realize that at the end of it all, unasikia ku throw in the towel midway the journey.
It's very tiresome at some point, because you have to wake up very early, you have to plan yourself, you have to smile always, even when you're so tired. You know, psychologically, physically, emotionally, spiritually, it's so depressing. Spiritually, if you're confined to one side of the religion, you don't, now there you go as someone who is flat. Non-religious. Unasikiza Muislamu, unasikiza Mkristo, unasikiza Muhindi, unasikiza mwenye waendi church, unasikiza mlevi, unasikiza mtu, yani mtu tu anakuja tu amekushika. It is you have to have that heart of service. You have to wake up very early, have a plan. This and this and this and this is what I'm going to do. This Sunday and this Sunday, these are the churches I have to go. You have to talk to the pastors. You have to talk to the leadership of the church. You have to tell them, it's just kujiomba. You have to be humbled. And that is perspective number one. That is why leadership is not for everyone. It's a calling. It has to come from you. Until I was reading something last night, that you must have something that is in you, a passion that is in you. Hadi unaonekana kaweni, you're mad. You get? Hadi unaonekana kama umechizi. And that is why you would see some of these leaders, they have a history of how they have been coming and coming and coming. Why? It's because of it is coming from them. You have to keep on pushing.
Amazing.
So, kuchoka ni lazima.
You design.
Kuchoka ni lazima. and you have to create time to rest, and you have to create time to go outside there.
Na security ya yours.
Security. Sasa hapo kama una pesa ya kulipa mabouncer, jujue pia siasa ni chafu. Unaweza tumua vijana, mimi nishaitumua vijana, unafinywa, unapigiwa gari, inaisha. You know, it is just the resources. I've told you, money.
Very important.
It's very important. But also, kama una pesa na uko na Mungu na uko na agenda, it's good, just walk. God, we have had cases of people who it depends with the area. Always yafanya siasa ya Nairobi bila do. Siasa ya Kiambu very maybe on hizo interior bila do. You get lazima kuwe na do.
Your design. And now that you've learned all this, from where you say, how can youth organizations kama your caucus, yours, your youth, and civic groups play a role in encouraging more young Kenyans to engage in governance and play out in the political field?
We just need to equip, and first of all, we need to help these leaders, have the art of public speaking. Hapo wendi kuongelelea biashara, wendi kuongea na corporates, unaenda kuongea na wamama wa kawaida na vijana wa kawaida. You have to demystify times. You have to distinguish who are you talking to, what are you doing, who is where, you get. That is why in these organizations we have to equip these leaders with how to talk, how to dress, when to dress what, how to do what, when. You get, because it's leadership, and leadership comes up with all the organization and the management of what you're doing with yourself. So not just equipping them with finances, but also equipping them with the resource, the needs and the etiquette and what you need to have so that you can be portrayed as a good leader.
But you said something earlier on, and you said we've propelled this nation many years ahead because of the actions that the young people took.
Yes.
That we've addressed or brought into the light some of the things that many of our forefathers could not bring to the fore, right? But going forward, what are some of the ways that young people can hold their leaders accountable and ensure transparency in government projects, in leadership and stuff like that, without necessarily bringing chaos into this country?
To begin with, let us have the knowledge of what a leader, what are the responsibilities of each and every leader. We have the MCA, we have the MP, the woman rep, the senator, the governor, the president. We have the parastatal heads, we have the ministers, we have all these, and how the hierarchy of each and every department is run. Now, one is we know what is what. Two, how do we get there? Is we have a voter's card, we have an ID, so that we elect what we have based on what we know an MCA can do, an MP can do. Now we come and assess you, how you are articulating your issues, how you do, what are you telling us, what is your background? We have had a history of electing people because
they are famous,
they are
powerful.
Mother. No, actually he's born of a single mother. He comes from a poor family. Sijui huyu jamaa ametoka kwa streets, sijui this is the one. Sijui single mother, this is the one. But you've not had this person tell you what they can do, so that they can steer, they can spearhead the bills and the finance of the country to change. How they can change the country, how they're going to legislate different from the other people, how they're going to hold accountable corrupt leaders, because that is what is eating our country. That is what we need to know. First of all, we have the knowledge, and now we come and now assess based on first history. Kama ni kiongozi anarudi hapo, tunataka kupea mtu amekuwa na history gani? Si kama wenye tumechagua wakaanza kuiba kutoka 1992 YK92, wakaiba shamba ya wakachukua shamba ya pipeline, wakachukua loan na barabara, akaingia MP 1997, akaokoa MP 2002, amekuwa minister higher education, amegandana anakuja anatuambia hustler. you have had all this baggage, but you cannot audit the past. But just because amekuja anasema mwadhana gosho ati Mungu, you know, let us know what we are doing as a country. Let us know who we are electing based on what they have done before.
So track record.
You know, the record of these leaders. Let us have that first.
Their qualification
kabisa. Si kadi mwingine ati yako alipata D+ sijui kidogo sasa ni minister wa sijui wa nini, na hata ajui what is the chemical formula of O, or what is the chemical formula of gold, but he's in that ministry doing what track record do you have, what qualification do you have? And just because someone is good in business, has very done good in business, unampatia ministry mzima kama ya IT na ajui anything, hata Windows anamwambia anamwambia dirisha. You know, it's so saddening that we have so many people. Mtu akona masters ya IT, is a doctor in IT. These people have developed, you know, softwares and they are leaders. Apart from having those skills, they are good leaders and they have brilliant minds. But just because you're politically affiliated, unapatiwa something, just because you want to reward something, you know, political loyalty. It is not.
Na tumekuwa na youth ambao wamepewa hizo opportunities, wakachaguliwa na Kenyans waki expect that look, this younger person maybe ako better at understand our needs, but tumeona wamekuwa absorbed into the system, wamekuwa easily buried politically speaking. So how do we avoid that? Because kila mtu anaenda na agenda fresh, asema mimi ndio naelewa ngori zenyu, mimi ndio naelewa shida zenyu, but no sooner have they been given that opportunity than they start proving to be the same
character. And a question of tabia, discipline. What do you believe in? Did you get into this leadership because you wanted to, because you have a heart of service, you want to help people? Ama did you get there to enrich yourself, you know, kubeba watu ujinga, you know? Now you have to understand that 70% or 60% of the government or the problem we are having today as a nation is the system. 40% it is now you. What is your goodwill? Even today, I believe 40% of the problem we have with our president, it is the 40% ni yeye, 60% ni system. Lakini how do you dilute this 60%? You dilute it with this 40%. You transform the 60% ikuwe na 40% goodwill. Wewe unataka kufanyia watu kazi, unakimbizana na corruption, you're not corrupt yourself. Unashika watu, you're not favoring people. Ukisikia watu wanaoa, you just call the shots as they are supposed to. Stop, you know, stop ocha yani ukuwe tu mtu true. Be true to the cause. Now that is the problem now we're having now with leaders, and now we should pray as citizens for discernment. And discernment now comes by, you know, examining the track record of this guy. Mtu amekuaje, hata kama amekuwa ni mara yake ya kwanza kwenye alikuwa kiongozi, kama ni high school, kama ni campus, kama ni huko tu kwa community, what does he do whenever he is given power? How does he behave?
How can social media be used as a tool for political activism and raising awareness among the youth?
The system and the government we are using today and the people in power we are using today, these are people who are used to the old way of doing things. Mtu wangu hapa, ukikuwa used to bibi yako utaboeka, ukikuwa used to kwa hiyo job yako utaboeka. Each and every day unamka na psyche mpya, unamka na, you know, with another aspect, with another view of life. You know, ukikuwa used to na hii life utaboeka, because for you to be a millionaire, you have to be used to, you have to create a new way of maintaining that, making that million. You have to create a good, fun way of, you know, sustaining that dormancy, so that you have to be consistent. You get the system and the politicians you're having today, they have been so used to the old way of politics that now they have been overtaken by time, and that is the social media. Today unaona kuna elections zilifanywa US, Trump aliingia, si jua kitu ingine, 70% social media, because that is where we are having everything. That is where everything is happening. We are having you are having meetings, you're expressing yourself. We have the constitution that has given us, the freedom, and we are having the 21st century new world order. Kila kitu iko pale.
You realize that we keep losing young lives, right? My youth wanakuwa taken out, wanakuwa abducted na vitu kama. Is it worth it? From where you sit, is it worth it? Unacheki mpaka political activists is wanakuwa arrested, wanachukuliwa kwa maofisi na manyumba zao. Do you think it's worth the risk?
It is not. Well, nobody is supposed to die. Nobody is supposed to die. If you're arrested, it is better to arrest someone, go and present them in a court of law, charge them, and then if they are guilty, they are charged. If they are not, went home. If it's just malicious, just maliciously, just charge them. But it is not right to kill anyone. Nobody. No, hakuna mtu. Kama haukuzaa mtu, haufai kumuua. You have no authority over someone's life other than God. You get, nobody is supposed to die. So it's not, this is a risk that, it's a risk, but you're not supposed to die. You're only supposed to die when you're at war, and you're crossing fire. Yeah. Ama wale watu wanaenda kuana. Mtu sana anataka kukuua, ukiweza kumuua muue, kwa sababu you're protecting yourself. But nobody is supposed to kill anyone anyhowly. You get, and that is also a challenge of politics. We as young leaders, you have to be ready. Unaweza chukuliwa anytime. Because man, it is politics, and it is a game of intimidation.
In the last election, general election, quite a huge number of Kenyans did not vote. Part of the reason as to why tumejipata kwa hizi ngori. Tunapiganga debe, lakini tunakata kwenda kwa debe. Tunaongea sana, lakini kifika election day, most of us tunakaa kwa nyumba zetu tukiwatch TV. We don't go out there to cast our votes. And when you do not cast your vote, you're voting somehow, arguably saying. What would be your word to the Kenyan youth? We have by-elections coming. We have general elections coming in 2027. When it comes to voting, when it comes to registration, what's your message to them, even as the Kenyan youth decide to take a proactive role in shaping this country's future?
Right now, we have seen, and if you've never experienced the pain, you don't know the struggle. That's it. We have experienced the pain. Now we know the struggle. We have struggled for 3 good years. 3 good years of bad governance. We are remaining with 2. It's feeling as if it's an eternity, and that is the problem of not coming out to vote. The main root cause of where we are today is the Kenyan voter. Wanjiko, yeye ndo ametufikisha hapa. Kuna mtu mzuri hapo, siamki kuvote. Kuna siamki ukavote boss. Na saizi ujue usipoamka kuvote, ule jamaa kwa hapo anajipanga na ni deadly. As much as I don't confine with the president and his administration, him as a person and how he got there, I admire that, because that is resilience nini. And then sasa unataka kuniambia huyu amekaa hapo 5 years, unadhani amekaa tu hivyo? Hakai tu hivyo. And that is why we have to come out in big numbers kabisa. Ndio hata wakijaribu kucheza na figures na tutakuwa rada. Usicheze na mtu akiachwa na mita 3, itakuwa ngumu sana. Itakuwa ngumu. Now we have to come out. Otherwise, wasipotokea, it's another 5 years of this government. And the same story goes down, down the throats, and we pushing the same thing. Hapa sasa kumbebelezana by the way.
So watokea wapi?
Watokea ama tuendelee kuteseka.